wait for Renee to get on. There she is. 1 second, friends. And I was like, the floodgates are opening up. Hey, Renee.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm in Denver at a design center. So when you start, I'm going to mute. I'll just kind of be watching so I can unmute when it's time. So it doesn't interrupt.
Jenny, can I have the ability to share my screen?
Hold on 1 second. Yes. Let me. There's got to be a way from my phone. Just let me think about it for a second.
I think the easiest way is to make me a co-host, but I promise I won't do anything besides share.
Now let me look at this and go. Oh, let me let her in. Sorry, everyone's coming in at the same time.
No worries. Hey, everybody.
Let me go. Where are you at here? It'll only let me make you a host. Oh. Well, I can do that. I just want to do it after you start.
That's totally fine. Well, no, don't do that.
Well, wait. It says, wait a minute. Let me see. Allowed to record local files. I wonder if that'll let you.
There should be a button where you can share screen. It's okay. I can go without it. I don't want to
Listen, I know I keep hitting it and it just keeps saying, oh, wait, here's screen. Let me hit it. No, I don't want that. I was trying to do something weird. We don't want that. I know I've done it before. I just got to think about it for a minute. No, I just want you to be able to share too. I hate how it's so different from your phone versus your computer.
I know.
That's annoying. Let me find. Yeah, I have the share button. All I'll keep saying is like Dropbox. I think what happens is once I make you a host, it'll allow you to do it, which I can.
Yeah, but then I guess you have to tell me when to end the meeting.
Well, when you're done training, we're going to open it up for questions, and then we'll give our kisses and hugs and goodbye. So we'll wait a minute. What time is it? We'll give everybody like 1 more second. We'll start. Let me make sure. I'm going to go in and make sure everybody's muted. Oh, yeah, because everybody else is still coming in. This is how it works. Everybody in the world. If you're not muted yet, everybody but Renee, that would help out tons if you would make sure you're muted. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to. I know everybody sometimes thinks they're in a quiet room and it's okay, but it creates an echo in our recording, and that's not fun. It's not fun for anybody. Okay, let's get this. This is really frustrating me because I always want things to go the way I want. I'm going to keep looking. It's driving me bonkers. It even has the same share button like on your computer, but it just says all the things to share.
I don't think it's there. I think it's under security or participants.
Let me go there. Yeah, when I click your name for participant, let me see if it'll let me do this. When I click your name, chat, spotlight, barrel, make host, rename. Yeah, I wonder if it's allowed to record local files. I wonder if it'll. No, I'll let you multi-pin. I've done that. It's so weird. It doesn't say just share thingies.
I have an idea. Hang on.
Okay. Everyone hang tight. I don't think I've ever tried to do it with multiple people from my phone before. Well, usually I'm at home.
Yeah, and Jenny, I can totally do this without sharing my screen. I don't want to hold us up.
Are you sure? If not, I don't mind making you the host. I'll still be paying attention. I mean, even after your share, you can go back and make me the host. And then you don't have to worry about any of that if you want.
Perfect.
I'll still be watching and listening. I'm in a design center.
That's so fun.
So, we can work anywhere, right, friends? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start. And so welcome if you're new to Lunch and Learn. If you're just joining, Please make sure you're muted. It's not that we don't love you. It's just we'll let you unmute at the end and then you can ask Renee questions. We have a few minutes for that if time allows. There is a Facebook group and this is recorded. It takes about 24 hours and we put it on YouTube. The YouTube is literally my name, Jennifer Enlow. So you can go back and look at all the past ones. But everywhere you probably found out about this is where I post the video. And thank you all so much for all the invites to all the boxers and all the Facebook groups. It's not that I don't love everybody. I cannot be part of 12,000. I just can't do it. So we have a Lunch and Learn Facebook page that we put everything on. It has Mary Kay's it's like from the Plaza magazine when she's in a red dress. That's how you know. It's Lunch and Learns with an S on the end. And you're welcome to go there and you will see all the past ones. I put everything on there. And if Renee ever has anything, if any speaker ever has like literature or anything they want it, graphics or anything, they can tag it under their videos. So they have that. So welcome to our Lunch and Learn. We're loving this. This is, well, now I have learned that it's gone global. So it's everywhere apparently, which is so cool. We love that, right? We love that. So Renee is a beautiful, sweet, dear friend of mine. We just got to do January jump together. We're so excited. She has taken this Mary Kay world by storm, and she's a really big deal if you haven't met Renee yet. She's one of my favorite humans of all time. Heart of gold, everything. When you think of the epitome of Mary Kay, it's Renee. It's literally everything she envisioned to be running her company. And so, my friend, I love you so much. Thank you for being so go-give. Take your time to pour into so many women worldwide, all over the place, because we're all busy. We know that. And I know how much time that takes to do that, especially after leadership and all the fun stuff. So I'm going to mute and then I'm going to go in and make sure everybody else is muted. And then I'm going to make you host. Okay. So you can show your screen.
Okay, sounds good. Jenny, thank you so much for this honor. I think I'm going to go back and just like re-listen to the beginning of this video every morning because what an introduction. Oh my gosh. And Jenny is such a dear friend of mine. A conversation with her, I think it was 6 or 7 years ago, was one of 2 catalysts that were the kick in the butt to push me into leadership. And so I will ever be grateful for you, my friend. Love you so much. So ladies, I am excited about what I have to share this morning. And so I'm going to just dive right in, but first I need to pray. So Father God, I just ask that you would speak in me and through me today, that today's word would be a word that we take seriously, that we know that is for us and for right now. And I know that you're going to speak something to me as well as to these ladies as you have been speaking to me about what to talk about today. So just thank you, Lord. Amen. Well, ladies, a number of years ago, I heard a story shared by Amy Kemp. If you know who Amy Kemp is, she's just amazing. And she shared the story of a golden goose. So I'm going to kick off before I tell you my topic and a little bit about me. I want to share the story of the golden goose because it introduces the topic. So I want you all to imagine, and if you're a note taker, just write down golden goose. And then I want you to close your eyes. Because I want you, unless you're driving, I want you to imagine that you have your very own golden goose. And this golden goose lays, of course, golden eggs. And these eggs and this goose, they are truly the lifeline and the future support of you and your family. This is the source of your fortune, excuse me, your income and your livelihood as a family. Okay, so I want you to can you feel the goose just like gently resting in your arms and just like amazingly soft white feathers? Okay, so how would you treat this golden goose? Where would it live in your house? Or would it live outside of I mean, it would live inside of my house, okay? Where would it sleep? What would it eat? If this golden goose got sick, what would you do? What quality of care would it have? If its other little goosey friends were picking on it, what would you do with the other geese? Okay, so you would give it the most care and complete devotion and the very best of circumstances. and the very best medical care and food. So it could be the most healthy and produce the most optimal golden eggs possible. Am I right? Okay, give me a thumbs up if I'm seeing nodding. Yes. Okay, so ladies, newsflash. You are the golden goose of your family. You have an unlimited income potential. You have the golden opportunity that you hold in your very possession to be the most abundant provider for your family, your future generations, not only financially, but in all other ways as well. And so today my topic is self-care and rhythms that are sustainable no matter your level of energy. And I want to talk about this because, of course, it's prevalent to anybody building a business, whether it's in the Mary Kay world or not. But also, especially considering the prevalence of invisible illness and health conditions, physical conditions, emotional conditions, neurological conditions. Okay. And so self-care and how you treat like rhythms, the rhythms that you maintain, though that they affect your family and your future. And those rhythms are attached to your success, right? And your success is attached to sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm muting somebody. Your success is tied to the dreams and successes of other women who come in to Mary Kay. And so if you've been in Mary Kay for just like a minute, a hot second, you've heard that your dreams are tied to other women's dreams. But if that's a new thought for you, I want you to let that percolate. The dreams of other women are tied to yours. And sometimes we get all caught up in like, oh, like deserve level and stuff like that, right? Instead of recognizing that this is not about me. Okay. Like grab a mirror or selfie and like look and be like, it's not about you, honey. Okay. So this is not about you. It's about the women who you're pouring into. So let me just tell you though, a little bit about my story and well, not really my story, but a little bit about me and why I even feel like this is like a subject on which I can speak, right? So I live in Colorado Springs, super close to Jenny. I began my business 20 years ago. I was a consultant for 12 years before debuting as a sales director. So there's a little mini lesson in that. It's never too late to make a decision to move into leadership. And prior to Mary Kay, I was a third grade teacher. I have two boys. They are 10 and 14 years old. And we have been a homeschooling family since they were each in kindergarten. So I am a homeschooling veteran at this point. One of them is no longer under my wings as a homeschooler. He is now in a hybrid online program. But that has been our journey. And it has always been my heart to be a stay-at-home mom, to raise my children to be leaders. Okay. Now, I have some challenges that I deal with. Anybody got some challenges in their lives? Okay. Things that yeah. Okay. So one of my challenges is neurodivergence. I am like ADHD as the day is long, y'all. Okay. Like there's that. And that can manifest itself in many, many different ways. And I'm not going to get into how it manifests for me, but just know that that's a thing. So organization, staying on top of things, remembering things, and managing my time has been something I've had to really work at to get good at. Okay, second thing that I've got going on is a syndrome called Irlen syndrome. And I don't want to get into all the science of it, but you can go on to irlensyndrome.com. It's IRLEN, Irlen syndrome. You can learn all about it, but it's a visual processing disorder, and it makes me sensitive to certain light and certain colors. So my glasses, they're very unique. They are Irlen syndrome glasses, and they're very lightly tinted, but they are tinted to cut that out. And so I got diagnosed just before 2020. And so one of the things that I was facing in the midst of COVID and learning to doing all things online, was that these were how dark my glasses were. And as my health got better, this is how dark they were. And so I would wear these all the time, day, night, all the time. Okay. My health got better. So they're not that dark anymore. But as you can imagine, doing beauty sessions with these on your face, that's not going to work so well. So to do all my beauty sessions, I needed to take them off with the ring light in my eyes. I would literally end every beauty session with knots in my shoulders and massive headaches. Okay. So challenges. Can I say challenges? I cried tears of joy when I got these, and my health had improved and they were lighter. Okay, and then third big challenge that I have happening in my life is a severe gluten allergy. So when I get exposed to gluten, I can't sleep, I get anxiety, I get rashes on my face. I don't have the digestive issues, praise Jesus, but just like it's a challenge. Okay, so and I feel best when I eat no grains, no soy, no sugar, no pork, no shellfish, no chemicals, no dyes, no synthetic or genetically modified foods. In short, I eat a very restrictive, very healthy diet, and I take my food everywhere I go. And so, wow. Okay, so I have days, and you might relate to this. I have days where I feel pretty great, and I have days when I wake up and I feel like a truck hit me. I'm angry. I'm dealing with anxiety. I can't think straight, can't remember anything to save my life. And I share that with you to explain that you do not have to have great health or abundant energy in order to have success in this business. What you do need is to know how to care for yourself when your energy is low and how to care for yourself when your energy is high. So I'm going to share some ways to not drop all of the spinning plates all the way at all the times, even when life is challenging. Okay. So I'm going to share 5 ways. Are you ready? And I'm going to share them with a little bit of a different twist and perspective of when you have an invisible illness or some other challenge happening in life that maybe other people don't. Well, even if they do know about it, it doesn't make a difference. Like either way, we got to make it happen sometimes, right? Okay, so secret number 1 is to, drum roll, use a weekly plan sheet. Wah, wah, wah. I know you're like, oh my gosh, Renee, seriously? And you're rolling your eyes. But here's the twist. Use a weekly plan sheet with 3 versions of a flexible morning routine, okay? If you want to dig into deeper on this, you can look up Haley Honeyman, like honey, like the honey that you put on your toast, Honeyman, M-A-N, on YouTube. And she is actually who I learned this from. But she presented the idea of 3 versions of a flexible morning routine. And I was like, okay, tell me more about this. So, but let me make sure I follow my notes. So first of all, number 1, weekly plan sheet. I know that this is for all of the sales force. So if you don't know what a weekly plan sheet is, you're going to go find it on Mary Kay University or ask your director and start using it. It's basically you're setting up routines for yourself on a weekly basis so you know when you're working and when you're not working. Okay, now let me get back to what I mean by a flexible routine. I have always struggled to find a healthy mental morning, a healthy, not a mental, I meant a healthy morning routine. I knew what I wanted it to be. I wanted to have time in scripture. I wanted to have time to exercise. I wanted to be able to get ready. I also wanted to listen to like a morning message, like the $1 Million Message or something like that, something positive, but I also knew that I really only have enough energy to do my ideal routine about like 2% of the time. Okay. So the Honeyman method is, so she's autistic and ADHD, and she explains this idea that our routines don't have to be the same every single day. It helps us to have some structure, but to not have to figure that out. So this is why I love having three versions of a routine. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, here we go. This is my personal, like 3 versions of a routine. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I promise, I promise, I promise I will not try to copy your routine, Renee. Why? Because it's mine and it's going to work for me, but it's not going to work for everybody else. You have to figure out what is going to be for you. But what you're going to do is you're going to start by imagining, what is my ideal day right here? Okay. I want you to like brain dump on the perfect day with loads and loads of energy. What would my morning routine look like? And you can do a morning and afternoon and an evening routine, but just like, don't overwhelm yourself. Just start with the morning. Okay. So, let me actually take away my markings. So we're just looking only right here inside the circle, y'all. Okay. Ideal day. I want to wake up. I want to work out. I need some fueling. I don't call it food. I call it fuel because it's fueling my day. That means I'm choosing something healthy. I want water in my system. And then I'm going to drive to where I work out, which is my workout of choice is jazzercise. I'm listening to scripture. DST is called Daily Spirit and Truth. It's a video that comes to my inbox. It's by Craig Hill. You can Google that. And then SYDS is my short word for start your day strong. It's just like an empowering message, like the $1 million message. Work out, come home, shower, dress, breakfast. Then I get into homeschool and I take that time to get on social and post my social media. Okay. Doesn't that sound amazing? Yes. Okay. Doesn't that sound also overwhelming to try and do every single day? Like, that's impossible. No, right? Okay. So you're going to take your ideal day and you're going to pare it down for your most likely day. My most likely day, I get up an hour later. And I'm doing all of the same things, but I'm doing an hour later. And I allow my day to go a little bit further. Okay. And then I've got a minimum day. You guys, the minimum day is when you get out of bed and you feel like poop. There ain't no way you're working out. Okay. You're like, and the first thing you want to throw out the door is the most important things. Am I right? What you really want to do is grab your phone and start doom scrolling. But here's what I love about this method is that when I have a minimum day routine, and I go, okay, I can't, you guys, when I wake up on a minimum day, I can't even think about what my routine should be. So I pull up this little graphic on my phone and I'm like, okay, what's my next step? And it's going to take me to the things that are the most life-giving, the most energizing, which is fuel, right? Something with protein, something quick, probably. Scripture or quiet time, even if it's 5 minutes, and it is oftentimes 5 minutes. Okay. My coffee, because my coffee has my protein in it. I have a supplement that I love. And then, okay. And then on with my day. So my point is, give yourself 3 versions of a morning routine so that when you need to throw out part of your routine, you're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. You keep the most important, but often the most difficult parts of the routine intact. Okay. Let's see. So, and you're lessening how much you do of those things so that they're not overwhelming to you. Maybe for you on your minimum day, you can still walk on the treadmill for 5 minutes. I can tell you that doesn't happen for me. So you decide what's your ideal, what's your most likely, and what's your minimum. And then you have that as your scaffolding to fall back on when the plan hits the ceiling. Okay. All right. Is this exciting to anybody? This like blew my mind. I was so like, oh my gosh, this is going to change my life. And it has. It truly has. I have stuck with this for the last month or two. I found this a month or two ago. Okay. Tip number 2. These are shorter. So tip number 2 through 5 are shorter tips. Tip number 2 is to use a meal plan and shop using that meal plan once a week. So you're not running around trying to figure out what you are doing. Now, this might be like, oh yeah, I do that for a lot of you, but maybe this is a new thought for somebody. Remember, you are feeding the golden goose. You are feeding the golden goose. So plan what you're going to feed her. Don't be afraid to double your food budget. I said, don't be afraid to double your food budget in order to eat only the best. Because if you had a physical golden goose, I guarantee you'd be given that goose like the best of food ever, right? So why are we not doing the same for ourselves? Okay, even if you have to use your Mary Kay income to do so, feed yourself well. All right, tip number 3. Wait, let me go back to tip number 2. I think one of the things that has helped me make sure that always what goes in is healthy. Speaking of healthy, I need a water sip, is finding some healthy snacks that I can have on hand that are just like grab and go. Like mozzarella cheese sticks, if you're not dairy free, those are the best. Anyway, okay, let me take a sip. Okay. Tip number 3. Did I miss on my lipstick? No. Okay. Tip number 3 is to make sure you are initiating booking conversations every day. It's like the weekly plan sheet. You're like, wah, wah, gosh darn it, Renee. Yes, you need to be booking every single day, period. So if you follow me on social media, and if you don't, you're welcome to. It's Renee ChinchillaPorras. I'm the only one out there. I have been posting, and it's taped to the back of my computer, so I can't show you. But I've been posting my progress on 100 days of booking, and just what I decided personally I was going to do was initiate 10 booking conversations every single day. Period, end of story. I do this, period, end of story. Okay, so if somebody responds to me from the day before, that doesn't count. I have to initiate conversation. Even if it's initiating follow-up to something I sent 2 days ago, I got to initiate 10 times a day, 100 days straight. I think I'm like 20 days in. So y'all, if you do this for 3 days, you will feel powerful. If you do this for a week, your books will be full. You do this for 20 days and you will be unstoppable with new recruits and more sales than you can keep track of. Seriously. And next week, I'll let you know how it feels after a month. And I'll tell you, I have a feeling that after a year, I will have changed my position on the career path. We all know that bookings are the lifeline of our business, and yet it is the first thing to go. Okay, so if you hear nothing else from me today, please hear this: that your bookings is always the thing that is going to come under attack. It is always the thing you're going to have to fight for. It's always the thing that you're going to have to work to defend and keep that space in your schedule to do. And it will always be the greatest source of health to your business. It is like golden serum for your golden goose. Just as reading scripture is the fountain of life for your faith, bookings are the fountain of life for your business. Okay, there you go. I'm going to get off that soapbox. Somebody needed to hear that today. All right. Tip number 4 is pay attention to your warning signs and take them seriously. Those of you who have invisible illness or unseen conditions or neurological or emotional or whatever the thing may be, you guys, to ignore them and to power through them is foolish and selfish. Yeah, I said it. To ignore those warning signs is foolish and selfish. And you know what your warning signs are. You've been telling yourself that it's unselfish and it's not. You've been telling yourself, well, my family's more important. I just got to push through. But ladies, friends, you cannot sustain anything that way. And you know that it leads you to falling flat on your face. And that whisper of like telling yourself that it's unselfish to push through the warning signs and to ignore them, that is the enemy's whisper to trip you up and keep you stuck and sabotage you. Okay, so when you see the warning signs, you've got to pay attention to them. And you may not have to make like massive adjustments. It's maybe just going from the most likely morning routine to the minimum morning routine. And it might have to be 7 days in a row, y'all, or whatever the case may be. But you have to get yourself back to health, whether it's physical health, emotional health, whatever. Okay. And let me just say this too. If you are, I don't know, 18 years old and have 0 issues in your life, I don't know. If you are not a person who deals with like fluctuating energy level, first of all, like, congratulations, you're 1 in a million. And second of all, you will have somebody on your team who is going to have that struggle. So even if you don't deal with the struggle yourself, you need to know how to coach somebody else through it who's on your team. Okay. Because nobody can be on forever all the time. All right. Here's a little bonus tip. This is like 4B, is to sleep with your phone across the room. Okay. Use your Apple Watch or one of those actual real alarms, with batteries that you can wake up to. Use those things to wake you up. There's a million scientific reasons about why across the room is better and next to you is like I don't even know the signals that happen and how it interferes with sleep. But I'll tell you, personal experience is that the doom scrolling that happens when I wake up in the middle of the night or first thing in the morning or right when I go to bed, it is killing us, quite literally. In the same way that drinking a soda every day is. You're not going to fall over dead the first time you drink a soda, but when you do it day after day after day after day, it's so bad for you. So sleep with your phone across the room. Okay, I don't know who that was for, but it was for somebody. All right, last tip for healthy routines is this. To know that your obstacles, like when life is life and it's getting in your way, it's all about the right perspective. And you guys, it's all just a distraction from the greatest calling on your life. I don't know what the greatest calling on your life is. It might be Mary Kay and it might not. But I do know that life happening to you is a distraction from your greatest calling. You know that saying, like, if the devil can't make you bad, he'll make you busy. Okay? It's a distraction. You are the golden goose. So how are you treating yourself? How can you treat yourself better? How can you set yourself up for success and roll with it when your energy tanks or your neurological function is low or when your pain is high? You are worth it, friends. And the women whose dream is attached to yours is worth it. So that's my word for you today. Ladies, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak. And Jenny, thank you for inviting me. This was so fun. I haven't read the comments. I'm going to start reading them right now.
Okay, Fred. Yes, check them out. I love it, Renee. That was phenomenal. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Everyone, bear with me. It usually takes because my office girl doesn't work today, but she puts it on YouTube for me because, well, we delegate what we don't want to do, and that's what I don't want to do. So, that's just how that is. Technology is not my friend. So she will get to it later today, and I'll usually tonight or even first thing in the morning, I post it everywhere. So you'll have the recording that you can share with your power partners or your units or your whoever, anyone in the Mary Kay world. And thank you all so much for joining, Renee. Oh, I love all these comments. Are you reading them all?
I am. These are amazing, you guys. This is such a blessing to me. I'm telling you this. These tips, they were game changers for me. So I pray that they are for you too.
Oh my gosh. I hope we all have an amazing Thursday. Join us back in February for the next Lunch and Learn. We have a powerhouse again in February. I've been so blessed that these are. Oh, wait. Sandy wants to know what was 3 and 5.
So
Renee.
what was 3 and 5? Okay, so just real quick, I'll just recap. Number 1 was having a flexible morning routine. Number 2 is make a meal plan and feed yourself well. Number 3 was initiate booking conversations every day, period. You can pick the number. I picked 10. 4 was pay attention to your warning signs and take them seriously. 4B was sleep with your phone across the room. And 5 is it's all just a distraction from the greatest calling on your life.
I love that. I love that so much. All right, my friends, you all have an amazing month and we have 6 days left. What magical things can you make happen in 6 days? Anything you set your mind to. We've all seen it happen, right? So today could have been what you needed to change your heart and your mind to soar to where you belong. So I love you all. Have an amazing Thursday, friends. Bye, ladies.